Hello and welcome,
Hello, and
and good evening to everyone watching the stream. Although at this point it is pretty much night, and we are back with the round 8 of the seventh season of the ACC League. The penultimate round. We're in Misano, and it's going to be a wet race according to the calendar. And this is Sir SSJ Assassin streaming and commentating for you tonight. And join with me in the com box is Mamuka Admi. How's your day going, buddy?
hello, SJ. Yeah, the day has been fine. It's been raining over here as well, so nothing different from the race. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, it should be an exciting race because of the wet weather.
Well, it is the monsoon season and it is showering everywhere, even in my place over here in Coimbatore. And it is actually not just wet, it is also extremely cold. And so was the case actually even in Belgium today, just half an hour ago. As we saw the drivers, well, at least in Q1 and Q2, we had qualifying for the main race. Quite a few surprises, and gasps of breath in the last minutes that we saw in qualifying today.
Yep, but then we all knew who's going to get pole, so there were no surprises. But yeah, there was one shocking moment when Verstappen was almost out of the quali, almost out of Q2. But yeah, Gasly managed to not improve, and then yeah, Verstappen got his 10th place. So that was fun. That was fun. That was a good quality to watch, actually.
Truly, truly, as I think the qualifying for our ACC race also has started, so maybe we can quickly go to that in the meantime.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
As usual, Dhavli Singh, the first one to come out,
Yep,
followed by, I think,
it's a Porsche,
yep,
and I think that is Smith. Let me. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it is Smith actually tailing
yep.
the black Porsche. I think it might be a livery issue at this point, but I think
No,
he
no,
is
it's a
just.
in-game delivery.
I see. Yeah, I can see the sponsor. So yeah, it's definitely not a livery issue. So, speaking of myth, making a comeback to IRC itself, not just ACC, but IRC on a whole, after such a long time. He made a cameo in the last season, I think for 2 races, 3 races, and then he dipped once again due to his real life commitments as a racer also. And now he's back after, I guess, almost 7, 8 months, and right at the end of the season to spice up things a little bit at the front of the grid.
Yeah, hopefully Dhavlish doesn't have a lonely race today. We've got a myth to give him company. So yeah, this is it. Finally the fight for P1 will be a bit spicy.
Yep. Uh, practice sessions forecasts showed things looking promising for Myth, not so promising for us for Davlish, but definitely promising for us viewers. Then the pace, they're not very far off in terms of pace, uh, just like I guess 2 3 tenths, but we will get to know once in the next 7 almost 8 minutes left to go in this wet Misano track.
Yeah, let's see what time they managed to put on the leaderboard. So uh, I think in the practice session, Amit was doing 139. So hopefully that the quali times will be closer, or I mean even faster than that maybe.
Yeah, predicting something like that to happen. I just hope that the times between these two, the top two, are close enough, as I think Amit is approaching the end of Sector 1. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, just after this hairpin over here, Sector 1 terminates. As I think, yeah, he maybe went a little wide on the apex over there, just to uh, get the dry line maybe, but yeah, they do say that the dry line in a wet track is a little further off the apex as he approaches this extremely fast right-hander to a slightly middle-paced braking zone after another hairpin. So it is a very technical circuit. Throughout, you see corners one corner flowing into another corner, not just while accelerating, well, but even through the braking zones as he approaches the penultimate corner. Gets a decent enough exit, plants a little bit of his car in the grass, and does a lap which is 6 tenths faster than Davlish. My oh my, when was the last time we ever saw such a thing?
I don't think that ever happened in this season. So this is very refreshing to see Davlish not getting the pole time. But
Well,
yeah, Amit, what a great lap. And yeah, the ideal line. I mean, hitting the apex on every corner is not necessary during the wets because yeah, following the dry line is more important to get the maximum grip out of the tires.
yeah, indeed, especially in the tighter corners because the minimum speed through those corners, through those ones especially, could be extremely low. So taking the wider line would be the most optimum, I believe. At least that's what my knowledge and experience would say. But you never know.
Yep.
Maybe you'd have to ask a pro driver like this one over here. I'm on board, but looks like he is improving on his current lap. So uh, if I could just go on board him to see if he is taking his lines any more different. He this time he actually decides to mount the curb entirely on that corner. The last time he went a little bit wide, but then I think it's costing him a little bit of time. Probably lost a few hundreds, but let's see as he rounds off into the final corner, gets a little bit of oversteer and probably has invalidated, and I don't think he will be improving on that lap, although he definitely had a lot of pace going in that lap.
He was just 400ths away from his previous lap time, but yeah, mounting the curb made him lose time because curbs in the wet for a GT3 car are not very good. So yeah, you'll lose some time on the acceleration. The traction will kick in a bit more, so you'll have less power on the exit. So yeah, you lose time over there. But let's see. Well, if a dry line forms in, they might improve even more. So they might get into the 138s.
Well, at this point, expecting for a dry line is a little optimistic, if you ask me, because I mean, from what I'm seeing from my screen, it is pouring cats and dogs. So uh, maybe things might stay the same way because I don't see the drivers improving by that much so far. Maybe just correcting the mistakes which they might have made in their first few attempts. Uh, but yeah, unless we'll probably get to see the times jumping down like crazy if the track actually starts improving. As like you said, there I do see a shy dry line over there, but yeah, time will tell.
Yeah, plus the fuel levels will drop, the cars will get a bit lighter, so that might also help in improving the time.
As Tavlish crosses the line and goes on provisional pole by 3 thousandths of a second. Okay, so that is a decent improvement considering his first lap. I think he went up by around 3 tenths, if I'm not wrong, compared to his first lap, of course, as we are now on board Oshan, who's currently sitting in P5 and jumps to P3, so to lead the silver class.
Up P3, but 9 tenths of the leash, so yeah, the gap is quite huge. Then let's see where FIFA Kanak ends up because he's also not quite far back.
Um, I'm not sure. Yeah, FIFA Kanak is on a hot lap. So, but on my screen he isn't improving at the moment. So maybe we can go on to another driver to see if. Yeah, there we go. Pururav Goda. So he is crossing the first sector. That flat left-hander. I think it is flat, considering these are GT3 cars. Because in MotoGP it is a slight lift through there. Uh,
Yep, not it is not a flat corner in the wet, so you have to lift over there.
I stand corrected because, of course, I'm not. I've got barely any experience on this game. So my apologies for misleading anyone here.
Ah,
Mamu's our pro ACC commentator right now. So
no, no.
anything, if anything, listen to his insights, guys.
Please don't, please don't.
Ah, now on board Purra God, as I think he is. He's all over the place, and cars, tiptoeing everywhere around the track. So I don't think he's got much on this lap, but we'll just have to wait and see. Going around the final corner, he's still a bit like 1.5 seconds off of the pole time, and he manages to improve, but doesn't gain any positions. So yeah, he's gained around half a second. Maybe we can go on board one of the drivers who is the top two right now, Davlish, at the moment, who looks
Yeah,
like he's improving, and Myth manages to put a lap 500ths faster. So Davlish has just started his lap, actually. My bad. I thought he was already he was rounding off his push lap. Yeah, this probably will be his last attempt. Definitely will be his last attempt, because we've got only 20 seconds left before qualifying ends. So every driver who wants to go for another lap should ideally cross the line before that.
yep. And meanwhile, HD goes P3, FIFA gonna goes P4 right now. So yeah, SD is also making a comeback after a long time. So it will be interesting to see him fight as well.
Well, come back to racing itself, if you ask me. Not just ACC, because in F1, he dipped midway through the season because of, once again, real life commitments. And yeah, it is good to see him back behind the wheel once again.
Yep, definitely.
Oof, only I don't think F1 cars could mount those sausage curbs so casually like that, and yeah, makes me feel kind of jealous that I'm not able to do this drive on this game, as Tavlish crosses the line and puts himself in pole once again with a margin of over a tenth. I think Myth is still yet to finish off his lap, though doesn't look like
Not improving.
he isn't improving. He's definitely not improving. He stays in P2. So Davlish marking his territory once again with that monstrous lap. I think almost breaking into the 138s. Meanwhile, SD also not improving on his current lap. Will take P3, and so it's a top 5 lockout by the pro class drivers, followed by Deepakraj in P6, and Oshan has been disqualified. I was looking for Oshan all this time, and damn, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, might have gone to the second gear in the pits or something like that.
Well, from the message it says he says he had ping issues,
Oh
and
no.
well,
Uh,
well,
Unfortunate.
nothing that we can do about it, I'm afraid. And he'll just have to do something about it in the main race, in race 1 actually, not the main race, because we're not in F1 anymore, of course.
Yes.
So let's just go through the qualifying times. So W puts himself in P1 with a 139.035, with just one purple sector, that is in sector 2, followed by Myth, who's taken 2 purple sectors, sector 1 and 3, with just around a tenth and a half, almost a tenth and a half behind him, followed by Real SD on his comeback, putting himself in P3. FIFA Kanak takes P4, followed by Pururav Gowda to round off the pro class drivers. P6 has been taken by Deepakraj with a 140.8, followed by AJ Sam in P7, Tegus1 P8. Tegus1 also making a comeback to the ACC league after a long time. Swagger
Yeah, I
Ted,
haven't seen him around. Yep.
yeah, I think this is his first race in this season. And yeah, it is a refreshing sight. Take this one to see him back here.
Yep.
Followed by Swagger Turbo and P9, the AM class driver, the leading AM class driver, followed by Shawshank in P10, a man who has caused a few incidents. Looks like in the past few races, looks like he has managed to get grips on the on at least on the pace aspect, the race aspect, racecraft aspect. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait for 2.5 minutes, maybe a few seconds more. Flying Chapati takes P11 in that McLaren. P12 taken by Star Maxlord, who is he looks like he's out of form today because last week in Bathurst he had put on a he'd put on an incredible lap to put himself in P5, but finds himself in a dismal P12. P13 taken by Turbochuk, P14 by Psyduck, P15 by Supreme Kai, Heisenberg in P16, Charles Lerck in P17, who is also making his comeback after quite a
A
few
lot of
races.
drivers making their
Yeah,
comebacks.
so
Yeah.
yeah, quite a few drivers. Well, three I've counted so far. Four, sorry, my bad. The
Yep.
Fuzzy Dunlop in P18, Iceman as usual in P19, Aldrin in P20, and Oshan after that disqualification sits in P21. Otherwise, I think he had a lap good enough for P4 because he was uh, by he was ahead of FIFA Connect by a decent margin.
Yep. Unfortunate to see that happen to him, but I wonder what happened with Star Max Lord. Why is he on P12? Because as much as I know, he has the pace, but might just not be his day. Who knows?
Yep, probably that is the case. Uh, well, yeah, anybody who's not had a satisfying quali can turn their fortunes around in about a minute to go, and I'm still not getting the option to go into the
You'll get it at 30
grid.
seconds.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
I think it'll be just above 30 if you ask me. Based on what I'm seeing in this bar over here. Ah, oh, it is
No, no,
actually
you'll get it at
exactly
30. Yeah.
30. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So Oshan is starting in the pit lane. So
Oh no.
yeah, there's his chance at too much of a redemption, down the drain, unless everybody else in front of him decides to bin it.
uh, yeah, let's look at the positives. He'll be away from all the incidents if there are any. So,
Oh yeah, of course. Turn one probably will be definitely will be tricky in this track because it leading into the entry it gets extremely narrow. So yeah, the drivers will have to be very careful going side by side.
yep, as we see, they begin the rolling start.
Yep, the drivers
Right.
are on their way, and with Davlish leading the pack, followed by Myth with those interesting. Okay, my bad. Let me get a cut off here. As the drivers have started, Davlish still maintains the lead, followed by I'm a Myth, and the drivers behind look like they have had a clean getaway so far. But here is where there we go. That's the incident that we were looking for. But
Oh
yeah,
no.
well, relatively clean considering what we have seen so far in the race. As Flying Chapati puts himself in the wall, so that's him. That will be him finding himself in the last, clutching for the last few positions. A few drivers going side by side in front of us, as few more drivers have had quite a bit of misfortune. As these two drivers here, Deepak and Pururav Gowda, were almost side by side briefly. It's almost 3 wide going into this hairpin as Deepakraj was that, sorry, that was Pururav Gowda almost rear-ending that Audi.
Oh,
He slightly went and tagged. I think that was Tegas one in that lime green Audi, and yeah, managed to keep it clean. So Pururav Gowda almost taking out two drivers in just even before they reach sector one. What a start!
interesting start. Interesting start. Not a huge incident, but yeah, a couple of small incidents. So, yeah, rest of them have gotten away cleanly. I don't know what happened with Star Max Lord over there, but
Yep.
Yeah, interesting to see Deepak narrowly avoiding an incident over there, and the grid has spread out. So hopefully there will be some action, and it won't be a dead race.
Well, it won't be dead. It won't be dead race because like even if you consider the fight for the top, because uh, the myth is piling the pressure on Davlish, and I have seen him make quite a few mistakes leading into the second lap. So it's just a matter of time before we get to see if he crumbles under the pressure or not.
Yep, quite refreshing to see a fight for P1 happening over there. I've never seen this happen
Oh,
this
someone's
season.
had
So
an off swing, and it was Deepakraj who's gone off track over there. I think that's turn 5. And he finds himself in P11 now, being tailed by Supreme Kai, and that's probably cost. He's probably thrown off Supreme Kai as well with that rejoin. Definitely didn't look unsafe to me, but yeah, he was that Aston Martin was probably caught out by it. As Deepakraj going wide yet again. Probably something wrong with his setup, as he just pushes Supreme Kai off in that rejoin once again, and oh my, yeah, it is getting a little bit chaotic around him.
yeah, it is getting a bit spicy. And let me tell you, this track is notorious for its track limit warnings. So I won't be surprised if a few of them have a drive-through penalty as well today.
Well, we've already seen one driver getting his share of penalties, as AJ Sam almost getting pushed off by Heisenberg into that I think that was the hairpin uh, sector 2 that they were going through. Heisenberg finds himself in P8 after I think he had started somewhere in I think P4, 15, 16, and now he's all the way up to P8. So yeah, maybe capitalized on the incidents ahead, but still he's gained a lot of positions in front.
Yeah, might have kept his nose out of the incidents. Just managed to grab a few free positions, and yeah, let's see if he can hold on to it.
Yes, indeed. As the top two, the top two have formed their own pack and have pushed off, and I think yeah they're almost just about 3 seconds ahead of the drivers in P3 and P4. SD and FIFA Kanak, who are in a battle of their own. FIFA Kanak with with that interesting livery, almost looking like a Rick and Morty one, followed by Purav Gowda in P5, who's pretty much doing his own race with a 1.8-second lead over Tekis 1. So yeah, that reminds me, Swagger Turbo is not too far of him. Uh, in,
Yeah,
yeah, in that
uh,
green Ferrari, a green
yeah. So
Ferrari.
there are yeah, so there are two packs on the front. Usually by now you wouldn't have anyone on the back of the leash. So yeah, Amit will be doing that today, and SD FIFA Connect battling it out for the third place. Let's see. What do you think would happen at the front?
Well, knowing Myth, he will be piling on the pressure and on Davlish, and I have seen in a few races in the past, in one of the previous seasons where Masu, oof, there we go. So that was
Ooh.
the mistake that I was talking about. So it was a season in which Masum was a regular driver. So it was what do you call it, a topsy turvy kind of fight between Masum and Davlish. So he one driver would take a pole in one race, and in the next the other driver would. And two races in that season, Silverstone and Nürburgring, I still remember it quite clearly. Masum was piling on the pressure throughout the race, and right until the last lap, where Davlish made a critical mistake and went off track, which cost him that win, which was ultimately taken by Masum. So, and right now, Myth is here, and instead of Masum, of course. And yeah, I well, for Davlish's sake, I hope nothing happens today. But yeah,
Yeah,
it is good to see things getting interesting in the top for the
yeah,
first time
and
this season.
Myth is not doing a bad job on keeping up the pressure. So
Yeah.
yeah, that will be interesting. Let's see if someone crumbles under pressure or do they keep their positions. That will be an interesting thing to keep an eye out on.
Yep. Right now, the only thing that's separating these drivers would be mind games, because as far as I've seen, these two are in a league of their own. Well, quite literally, because every race, I mean, even now, if you see, they've managed to pull out a gap of 7 seconds from P3. It was, I think, 3 or 4 seconds about just a few laps ago, and now they've pulled out another 4 seconds. So, yeah, what I said what I said earlier, it's they are in a league of their own, and nothing much to separate these two drivers in terms of skill, but it's just the mind games that will ultimately matter.
Yep, that will be the ultimate factor to see who gets the win today. But yeah, there's another race, so even if they don't get a win over here, even if either of them don't get a win over here, there's another race to fight it out. Yeah, let's see what happens over here. Meanwhile, let's go back onto the grid. Let's see what's happening over there because I see a huge train forming in the back.
Yep, there is some position switching going on as Oshan has managed to overtake Starmax Lord. Uh, Oshan was just a brief moment ago behind Oshan. Oshan was briefly behind Starmax Lord, and yeah, I think he just made a
Oh,
mistake, and just
locks up
as
over there.
yeah, just as I was about to say, it makes another mistake, and I think another driver has made a mistake as Iceman, putting on a prime example of skill issue, has made a mistake going into, I think, that fast right-hander once again, and casually lets that Aston Martin. Yes, ooh, he almost runs him off track. That will probably be something for Stewards to take a look at later. As Supreme Kai is still poking his nose around the inside. As there we go, as you said, Mahmood, your first drive-through of the day taken by Oshan.
Yep. I won't be surprised if a few other people get a drive through as well because yeah, you go off track, you instantly get a warning. So this track is very notorious for that.
Well, technically, if it, I think if it's, I mean, maybe it's because of the nature of most of these corners, because yeah, most of them are fast right-handers. It is a clockwise circuit, so if you miss your line by even by a little bit, you probably would find yourself off the track limits, off the curbing, and
Yeah,
when you reach and if you continue with the same amount of throttle, you're probably bound to uh, you know
run wide. Yeah.
I mean, not run wide. You will run wide, of course, but then when you rejoin, you probably would have, I mean, gained time by then. So, yeah,
Yep. And as you see, Heisenberg being under pressure and by AJ Sam. And oh, Swagger Turbo has made a move on IC already. So
oh,
Heisenberg, wait, no,
Swagger,
Swagger Turbo was at
yeah,
P7, right?
Swagger was
Oh, yeah.
always ahead of
Oh, okay.
Heisenberg, but now Heisenberg has managed to catch up to Swagger Turbo. But yeah, it looks like Swagger is maybe slowing down this pack of drivers. Or no, sorry,
I
I'm
think
on board
no,
Heisenberg
Heisenberg.
actually. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually Heisenberg who's slowing down this pack of drivers.
Yep.
He's yeah, NAM class driver being tailed by two pro class drivers, and Deepakraj being one of them. He's surely getting impatient by now.
Yeah,
As
Deepak might be getting frustrated because, yeah, knowing the pace that he has, he's been slowed down a lot.
Yes, indeed. I mean, especially considering the mistake that he had made earlier, he would be itching to gain those positions back, and would be very happy about this. red and green Ferrari in front of him, costing him that much amount of time.
Yeah, and since the circuit doesn't have a lot of heavy braking points, there's no place to actually send it across. Just it because of the flowy nature of the track. Then AJ Sam tried to do something over there, but yeah, couldn't manage to. So yeah, Heisenberg keeps the position for now. Let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, I think yeah, I was just going to jump into the front pack, and yeah, I think FIFA kind of found his mojo once again. The gap between them has narrowed down a little bit. It was more than half a second all this time. Now it was it had just got down to 10.
Yep.
Yeah, now it's
And if you can go on board Aladdin, I think even he has a drive through. So,
does he though? Hold on. He
yep,
does have a drive through. Uh,
he is serving it right now.
so that's a second strike for today. And is he serving it, or is he done
Yeah,
serving it?
he is done serving it. He's coming out of the pits right now. Yeah, I don't think we've had multiple drivers having drive through on any other races, right?
Not that
Correct
I
me if I'm
know of.
wrong, but yeah,
I don't think. I mean, at least not at the same time. Anyway, we've seen drivers getting 30 seconds. What's that? Stop and go penalties, but
yeah.
not drive-throughs anyway.
Meanwhile, the front runners have already. I mean, they still have managed the gap. No one's losing anything over here. So yeah, unless on either of them makes a mistake, I think this will be the position that they end the race in.
Well, whether anybody makes a mistake or not, it's actually nice to see. Davlish not having another practice session once again uh, in the midst of a race. Two practice sessions if you consider the two race sessions. Uh, yeah, but yeah, at least he's at least got things interesting for himself because he's got this really fast driver keeping him on his toes.
Yeah, at least he'll be under that pressure that yeah, if I make a single mistake, there's a driver to pounce on behind me today. So yeah, I, I'm definitely sure he would like to avoid any mistakes over here.
Yep. Although I remember in one of the, I think it was in season 4, the first race that I ever streamed in ACC.
Mhm.
It was actually in Zandvoort. Yeah, it was actually in Zandvoort when Myth and Davlish both were actively participating in the ACC league, and yeah, it was hotting up in the top of the drivers' championship fight when I think in the last lap when Davlish was leading by just a little bit ahead of Myth. Myth
Uh-huh.
went for a last ditch dive bomb down the inside. I mean, tried to go down the inside, and you remember, the second DRS zone just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
after the
Before
lap.
the final, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just at the end of that straight, where he went for a dive bomb, or I don't know if it was a dive bomb or he just misjudged his braking, but he ended up rear-ending Davlish and
Oh no.
completely running him off track, which cost I think Davlish 3 to 4 positions because Sai Prithvi was also behind him, like right behind him. So he managed to nick P2. Myth managed to get P1, but Davlish got demoted to P3. So
Yeah,
yeah, that was one of the highlights of the rivalry between these two, as far as I can say. There has been a position switch, and behind them, FIFA Kanak has managed to overtake SD in the midst of my storytelling. I'm extremely sorry that we had to miss that, uh, but yeah, I will try not to roll off once again. And
yeah.
just to point it out to you guys, the gap between P3 and P2 now is 16 seconds. So it's almost like they're gaining 2 seconds a lap. Myth and Davlish are gaining 2 seconds a lap on FIFA kind of
Yeah, the thing
outrageous.
is, the thing is, yeah, Amit is following the Singh, but yeah, they're not really battling. So they're just increasing the gap, and I think they'll finish with more than 20 seconds between P2 and P3.
Yeah, surely. With the way things are going, they, it's bound to happen. It might not be. It'll probably be just close to the 20-second margin.
20 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it briefly went down to 16 seconds. Uh, yeah, 15 and a half seconds now. As another driver has had an offing, and it was Shawshank. I saw the yellow flags flashing up, flashing briefly there, but I think he's managed to. And that's another driver, Star Max Lot, getting a DT. So that's the
Yep.
third driver for the day, as Deepakraj has managed to finally overtake Heisenberg into the hairpin. And he's gone off once. He's gone off track once again. Yeah, he's been having trouble in the same corner, the same set of corners, and even this hairpin over here, for example. Um, but yeah, this time managed to keep it on track. But yeah, he has been struggling in this section of the track.
I think it's because of the nature of the Audi. It's already it slides a lot on the dry weather. So yeah, I can just imagine what must be happening in the wet weathers.
Yes, indeed. As I think the leaders just crossed the line just on time to maybe pull in another lap into the race, but yeah, I think Amit surely must be going on the attack. Has to go on the attack now, because this very well might be his last chance to take P1. He's still keeping it close to the back of that Lamborghini, that green, beautiful looking Lamborghini, as Tablish inching also close to the edge of track limits, with having to lift off by quite a bit, but he is taking a more conservative line when you look at it from the driver's perspective, not utilizing all of the curb, but you never know, it might be the faster line down that through that corner. Uh, Mid still keeping it close to that diffuser. It's gonna be really close. We are approaching the end of sector 1. The hairpin, once again, a notorious overtaking zone. The down series of its two fast right hand corners, effectively a straight, considering that these are GT3 cars. But a slight lift through here, as and never mind, I don't think he lifted at all. He just fully sent it, as Myth catches a
Oh,
snap of oversteer, and yeah, he's still got a little bit of time to mount an attack on Davlish, but I don't think anything concrete can be made out of this, as they approach the last corner with 10 seconds left to go. I think we might have another lap of racing. It will be close to the line, as they just started their final lap, so they'll have another lap left to go, as another driver gets a and Star Max Lord has been disqualified. I don't know what happened, probably for speeding in the pit lane, and Purav Gowda has got a drive through this time, so that's Purav Gowda's race pretty much over. Oh no, quite disappointing.
he has enough of a gap behind, so
I don't
hopefully.
think so, because he's already losing his position
Oh,
to
he's in the pits.
Telestar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he will be dropping down to P11 or 12 by the end. But more on that later. These two drivers are still going at it, uh, going down to the into the. With which hairpin is this? The second hairpin. Yeah, it's actually a circuit of quite a few hairpins.
Yep. And we see Myth closing on to Davlish. Will he make a move on this lap, or will he try to just
Yep.
secure the P2 without making any
Well,
mistakes? Let's see what.
yes, indeed, because this is probably definitely the last opportunity that Myth will have. He'll have to think about sending it down the inside, through this braking zone. Uh, he's, although unfortunately not close enough to attempt for a move, he tries to think about doing for a switchback, and yeah, it actually almost works because Myth is extremely close to the diffuser, but he probably had to lift off because W maybe closed the door just in time. As oof, from that POV it again looked like Myth was getting extremely close, but Davlish takes the checkered flag to finish P1, and followed by Myth in P2, and it was an amazing race for the first time this season in the top two. My oh my.
Yeah, finally, Davli is getting some competition up there. Otherwise, yeah, it would have been a regular chill drive for him. Meanwhile, we see FIFA Kanak getting the P3 overall. So, yeah, and yeah, he's pulled away from SD. So, yeah,
Yep,
SD getting the P4. And
P4 P4 in the comeback race, which is not a little feat by itself. As flying chapati, my friend, the race is still not over, and he's already doing donuts. If he goes the wrong way any longer, he probably will be disqualified. But thankfully, he manages to get back on track,
I think he was just trying to turn his car around, but he accidentally did a
and
donut over there. So, yeah.
probably the VTech kicking in at the wrong moment, causing that insane amount of wheel spin. As yep, he actually
Wait,
manages to finish P14. I think Pururav Goda has gone down, dropped down to P12. That's a massive drop. Yeah, quite the unfortunate spectacle for him.
yeah,
Fuzzy Dunlop and Aladdin almost had a photo finish there. I think yeah, they were just half a second between each other. Iceman with a 30-second time penalty finishes
yeah, that's because
P18.
he didn't serve his drive through.
Oh, I didn't know that Iceman had a drive through.
He got
So
a drive through on the final lap.
okay, quite
And
unfortunate.
even, I think, even the guy behind him. No, no, no.
Yeah, quite a
No one
few
else.
drivers getting drive-throughs anyway. But I don't know if we can see the penalty. Is it possible to see a history of penalties here?
I don't think so.
Let's sad, but
But the thing is, you see how back Pururav Gowda dropped down because of the drive through. So, yeah, avoiding the drive through is also a very big thing over here. You won't lose a lot of positions then.
yeah, I've been considering that the race was for the most part a very clean one. Drivers didn't, they weren't very, separated off of each other. So yeah, ultimately it cost him a lot. If it was anything like the last few races, I don't think he would have lost that many positions. But today it was
Yeah.
not meant to be. So
An eventful race on the top today. So, take us through the finishing positions.
sure, Davlish finishes P1. Followed by Myth, who was extremely close to him. Could have almost given a kiss on the back of Davlish if they had gotten any closer. FIFA Kanak finishes P3, followed by 3LST, who put on an impressive fight, but just succumbed almost at the very end, the last few laps. T5 taken by Tech is one who was also on a comeback and in the leading in the silver class, followed by Swagger Turbo in P6 leading in the AM class, with another remarkable drive from the controller driver, followed by Deepakraj after making that mistake on a salvage driver, sorts in P7, and I don't think I didn't capture the results of the other drivers. Yep. So yeah, a good race one considering everything that happened. What do you think? Mama?
I mean, not a bad race and not as dull as we were expecting it to be. There were quite a few position changes. So yeah, race two will be even interesting, I think, because drivers will be fighting for the position now. Because yeah, race one, if you lose a lot of positions, it's all damage limitation, and now it all comes down to gaining the maximum points out of this race.
Yep, indeed. And joining with us in the com box, very late entrant, late undalu latest our home entrant, Sai Tarun. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good then. How are you? Oh, hello, Mamu.
All good,
Hello, Sai.
all good, all good. And I believe I can hand over the com box to you and let me uh, focus purely on the camera work then.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think you are better at the stream work then.
I mean, you can stay. You can stay. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
we all three can, talk about the race too. I think we had a really good fight up front in race one. I just saw the last 5 minutes, and I think Amit and Davalesh were battling it out, and it was quite fun at last. Davalesh getting some, you know, opposition there.
Yep. True. True. You haven't seen it this season, right? We
Nope.
we, we
Yeah,
haven't
no
we
one
haven't
has, I
gotten
think,
to see
witnessed
that.
anyone,
Yeah.
Davalesh getting.
So yeah, it was a pretty interesting race, but yeah, don't go anywhere. We have another race that'll be
Yep.
30 minutes long, and yeah, the servers might be getting set right now. Let's We will be back in some time.
In the meantime, maybe I can show you guys the race replays, the race replay. Uh,
Oh yeah, we can see some incidents that happened over there. Let's see.
yep, this was lap one. Yeah, Star. I do remember Star Max lot being dropping down a lot of positions, so maybe we can look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, oh no, oh no, 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 no.
That was bad. Yeah.
Star Max lot completely missing his braking and just barely managing to miss Iceman, but ended up taking out. Who was that? I think that was. No, that was not Charles Leclerc. It was Psyduck.
Yep.
Okay, so that's quite unfortunate for him. I think Deepak also had an off thing somewhere over here. Oof! Just look at how close Purura was to taking out Deepak there. Hold on, I think we
Yeah,
have
it
some all
was, it was very close, narrowly avoiding the contact over there. So.
maybe the NFS cam will.
They had a contact? No, I don't think so.
No, no,
No,
no. They avoided the contact over there.
Oof!
that was close.
Oh, he
Oh, he's gone onto the sausage curves. Huh?
yeah, he had an
Managed to
outside.
save it well.
Yeah,
A spin over there would have been bad for both the drivers.
I'm not able to rotate the camera, but maybe we can look at another. Oh, yeah. Where's the front splitter cam? There's no splitter cam. That's quite unfortunate.
Yep.
Oh,
That
Oh,
was very close.
it would have been
manages
bad
to
for
break
both of
on
them to have
time.
a contact there.
Manages to break just in time over there.
Yeah, he had a moment with this guy also. Tegas one also. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
Probably wasn't even aware that he just popped up out of nowhere, because all this time in his mirrors, in his sights, Deepakraj was the only driver. But yeah, to see him
Yeah, I
caught
guess one might have seen two drivers fighting, making mistakes, so might have decided to pounce on their mistakes, but he got covered off. Couldn't make couldn't make the move because it's already tough to make move on this track.
Tegas won and Swagger, I think this was the moment that oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, there was a contact between them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No wonder. Deepak probably
Oh,
sustains.
nice drift there.
Purura Goda
Yeah.
has been all over the place today, so yeah. Probably gave Deepak a little bit of damage from that encounter. Maybe that's why he's been going off everywhere. And this was the
Yeah.
rejoin too. I don't think this was very sketchy in any way.
No, he was off the racing line, but
Yep, it was just Supreme Kai getting completely caught off guard by that.
yeah.
Deepakraj goes wide yet again, like outbreaks himself, and this was maybe the Supreme Kai just coasted a little bit to avoid any
Avoid,
sort of
yeah.
collision. Yeah. It was good on his part. Actually, we have to give him credit for that. As he breaks way too early for the next corner and almost, this shallow luck almost ends up rear-ending him. Yeah, quite clearly.
Yeah, but yeah, his line got compromised over there, so Chalalak managed to close on to him. And Deepak pulls away over here because of that massive audio acceleration.
Let me just check if everything's smooth with the stream. 1 second. I think my
Yeah.
OBS was lagging a little bit here and there. Oh yeah, the stream is actually a little laggy. Yeah, I'm afraid I can't do much about it. I could. Did we miss anything else though?
Well, I don't think there were many incidents, but
Yep. If anything, I think the coordinators have access to the replay files, but just for now, for the sake of our stream, I played it to you all. Uh, but yeah, pretty clean race. I mean, we've had only these few incidents so far. So
yep.
yeah, I would actually like to see how Oshan got disqualified. Maybe we can see that.
Oh yeah,
Oh wait, was it Star Max Lord who got disqualified?
yeah, Star Max Lord.
Okay.
Was it because of not serving the drive-through? Was it something else? I don't know.
So he gets a DT now. Maybe we can go on board him to check what happened. So
Yep.
50 kilometers per hour. He
Does he
crosses.
accidentally upshift? That is the question. Oh yeah, no, but the pit lane, the line is done. Okay. He has crossed the pit lane. Oh no, he hasn't. Is this the line?
Uh, I'm not sure at all. I don't know how the game works, and then he just gets disqualified.
Yeah, I think that was the pit line, and he was on the second gear, so he was above 50 kmp.
Oh no, maybe maybe we can. You guys can take a look at the ACC chat to see if that
Nothing
was
as
actually
of yet, but yeah.
a classic Ray moment. Otherwise, if it was in the
By the
game slot.
way, yeah, I saw a ping that says server is up for the second race, so
Yep, we can go to the second server. In the meantime, maybe you guys can take over.
yep. So Sai, what are you expecting from the second race?
I mean, I hope we have the same battle at the top, with Davilish and Myth, trying to find it out for the first position. And even in the background, we had a fight between FIFA Connect and, SD. SD after coming back after a long time, I think. So it's going to be a good race. I hope it's going to be a good race at the back also with Swagger and, all these guys.
It was quite a clean race at the back. There were not many incidents up front, so
Yeah, I
decent
mean,
racing from everyone out there,
I think
except
that's
a
the
few
best as far as I've
incidents.
seen.
Yeah, except a few incidents, there was nothing much to disrupt everyone else. Turn one was quite clean. They were taking turn two cautiously as well. And yeah, we were expecting Davlish and Amit to, you know, pull out a huge gap in front of P3, and which they managed to do.
Yeah, I mean that is good, but I think even if SD gives a bit more pace and try and challenge Myth and even Devilish, that would be even more interesting. Even FIFA as well.
Yeah, a great start is required for that, and hopefully we'll have a good start from everyone else in the second race.
Yep,
Let's
indeed, indeed.
and Star Max Lord starting at the back. Let's see how many positions he manages to make up.
And if he gets a good start, I think he can show his true pace and the overtaking skills he has.
Yep. Expect a few drive-throughs around in this race as well. So that will make things spicy.
Yeah, of course it will. It will give the other drivers a bit more positions, and he will lose a lot of most positions. Whoever gets the drive through.
And as we know, Purura Gowda had lost a lot of positions. He's behind a lot of AM class, silver class drivers because of the drive-through.
Yep,
He will be trying to make up as many positions as he can today.
indeed,
Since we're
indeed.
in the final leg of the season, he would want
I
to
think
gather
this
as
is
many.
the penultimate round. I feel. Is it the penultimate round?
I think so. It might be.
Yeah, I think it is the penultimate round. I think we have one more round to go in the ACC one. Yeah, let's hope for the best
Yep.
racing.
Penultimate means second to last side.
Second last. Yeah, it is the penultimate round. We have a final race on the 4th of August, which is Kalami, and
Ah,
it'll be a dry race. So and double points as well. So yeah, that'll be very interesting. So tune in on the tune in on this YouTube channel to watch that race. Dan, you might want to take us to the start as well.
Sure. Yeah, I thought you guys were doing the commentary, so I just let it to you. But okay, if you insist, I will take it over. But in the meantime, yeah, the drivers are off for the second time today. Uh, yeah, the green lights are on and the drivers are away. Davlish and Amit almost going side by side. Oh, Amit manages to completely outbreaks himself and runs off track. And that's another McLaren. I don't know who that is. That's SD. That's an Audi almost going and hitting Myth back, but they managed to get away quite cleanly, and even for most of the drivers. But that's Swagger Turbo briefly ahead of I think FIFA Kanak. He was ahead and he was I think in P4, but now that moment has cost him. But that outbreaking moment has cost him quite a bit, and he has dropped down one position. But yeah, it's good. It's amazing considering that he is in the AM class, sitting in P5 at the moment. The other drivers behind him are have managed to
There
get away
are
cleanly,
few
and
yellow
as just
flags.
as I said that, that's who's that? I saw a car. Oh, that's Heisenberg, and he is RTG, so that's his race done and dusted. Purav Goda has dropped down 8 positions. He was in P12 now and finds himself in P20. So something has definitely happened to him. Tech is one in the meantime, chasing down Swagger Turbo, but I think that will be a move coming sooner than later as Flying Chapati and Iceman are going side by side initially. Star Max Lord trying to join that battle, but Flying Chapati shuts off that door, and not just that, Star Max Lord making a wise decision not to send one down the inside to at least try to secure a good position in this race too.
Uh, Quite an interesting start. I don't know what happened at the back over there. That will be interesting to watch after the race. So yeah. Meanwhile, SD and FIFA Connect trying to battle it out over here. SD, I think, yeah, he's gotten a better start because of that Audi acceleration, but FIFA Connect's taking on to his tail.
Ah,
Let's see if FIFA Connect goes for a move.
ooh.
Oh, he is going for it. He is going for it. Does he make it stick?
He
No.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
what's
going
going
for a
on?
switchback over there.
It
Going
looked
for a
like,
switchback.
yeah, it looked like they were drifting into the apex. Then, yeah, if FIFA can, just as you said, Mamu, he got the switchback done one way or another, and FIFA Kanak is ahead. But SD is trying for an Uno reverse card, but yeah, I don't think he had the exit for making a move again.
Yep, FIFA connect there with an excellent move. Meanwhile, you see Star Max Lord trying to make a move on the flying chapati. They're going side by
Oh
side.
no!
Oh,
Oh,
he managed to go onto the grass, but yeah, saves it well. He's lost a couple of positions over there, but yeah, still managed to go side by side with Supreme Kai over there.
the
Supreme Kai.
flying chapati, kind of tagging him, pushing him off track there. That slight contact was just enough as Shawshank has had a moment
Oh,
and spun out. And yep, he is dropping like a rock in water.
Yeah, as he has to wait for a lot of drivers to go because otherwise it would have been an unsafe rejoin. Meanwhile, we see Aladdin trying to, get that position on Shawshank because of that moment that Shawshank had.
Yep. So just another news flash. Pururav also has, I think, gone into the pits and fixed his damage. Looks like it. Um, so yeah, that's probably some kind of contact that caused him to, uh, you know, spin out there. Drop a lot of positions. Maybe we can get a look at the race replays as this battle over here has hotted up a little bit. Iceman slowing down a pack of, I think, 5 drivers at this point, and another battle going up ahead. The Swagger Turbo and Tech is one, but I will go back to it later as we have to see this now because yeah, it's just too intense what we're seeing right now. Out of fight, Sazi Dunlop tagging Swag Samax a lot at the inside as he manages to make the move yet anyway, but he's still on the inside, so which it means that he will have the advantage for the next series of corners, which he does. And Starmax Lord manages to get ahead of him, but drifts slightly wide as we see Supreme Kai making a mistake and drifting off wide yet again. But yeah, looks like Starmax Lord was the biggest winner out in that situation.
Yep, and in between all of that, your favorite livery
Oh,
your favorite livery on the Nissan of Iceman got a lot of screen time. So that's it.
yeah, let's give it to him at least a little. Meanwhile, up ahead, these two are still fighting, fighting for it. The status quo has remained the same for since the last, yeah, this for the, I mean, since the start of the last race itself. So, yeah, at least yeah, we were quite hopeful that a driver would actually manage to make an overtake on Davlish this season, but yeah, it was only for a brief moment when Myth managed to completely outbreak himself and yeet himself off the track. And for a brief moment, he was ahead, but then, yeah, he just got that position plucked out of his hands by Davlish, who had kept his head and kept his car on track.
Oh no, unfortunately, I think Swagger Turbo is out of the
No, he's
race.
not. He's in P5.
Is it?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay. I
Oh,
don't know what I saw there, but
Iceman's made a mistake and he is dropped down. Oh, never mind. That was Starmax Lord, I think. Yeah, I'm really not sure. The camera angles are not really helping at this point. Yeah,
yep.
Haley Cam is
Swagger,
almost.
this Star Max Lord is closing in on Iceman right now. Let's see. Let's see if they get a clean move done or will there be any incidents between them.
Well, the gap between these two has almost increased to a second, so I don't see anything concrete coming out of it unless Iceman makes a mistake, which he almost did. And Shawshanks also made another mistake as he's
Oh,
completely facing the wrong way yet again in the same spot. Or, yeah, it is the same spot as, yeah, he's dropping down more positions and, yeah,
oh my God, no.
wait, he spun. Okay, he just did a flying chapati.
Yeah. Tried to turn around his car, did a 360
And
again.
he was done.
He has had enough.
Right, well, quite unfortunate for
Yeah.
Shawshanko here, because it looked like he was almost having a good race today. He had a decent finish in race one, and always set for a decent finish in two. As these two drivers make more contact yet again, as uh, Purar of Gada manages to beat the capitalist and takes advantage, the most advantage of the situation, and Iceman has just dropped 2 positions in two corners, so not
Nah,
doing very well for him.
there's just one position because Purura Gowda is a blue flagged car. So,
Is he though? No, he is. Oh, he is. Oh,
yeah,
damn, he is.
he's been 19 right now.
I wasn't aware of that. My bad.
He's trying to unlap himself. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. Iceman just lost one position over there. Meanwhile, Charlalak on the back of Psyduck over there. Uh, Charlalak had been pretty quiet the first race, so let's see if he gets a few moves done over here.
Just because you said it, I actually thought that Charlotte had disconnected from the race, because I don't think I caught him on camera even a single time. But yeah, now he's managed to. I think he started P10 and finished P10 yet again. Sorry, he's not finished P10, of course. He's right now in P10. So, yeah, a decent race for him as well. That BWT Mercedes.
Yep, still sticking close to Psyduck over there, but Psyduck managing to pull some distance, maybe? Oh, no, it's actually the same.
Yeah, I think it's coming sooner than later.
Yeah,
I think, yeah, Spider is having a few off moments here and there, but so is Sherlock as well. Uh,
yeah, there were a few
there we go.
mistakes, but oh yeah, that's what Charlalak was waiting for.
Yeah, even I don't think even he is having the best exits out there, because he
I
basically
mean,
has.
it happens. It happens sometimes when you're following a driver in front. He takes a wrong line, you just follow him back.
Yeah. Meanwhile, just ahead of them, Deepakraj mounting the pressure on AJ Sam. So, probably a move coming soon. Not so far, never mind. I was extremely mistaken, as AJ Sam makes a very critical error, and yeah, looks like he just let him through, because yeah, he didn't attempt to even close the door on him. He just braked in the middle of the track and just let him pass.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight with Deepak and lose time to the guys behind, so better to let him go over there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would have lost time to the guys behind, because as far knowing AJ Sam and Deepak Raj, they have ounces of space more than these two guys behind them. Because even if they are going side by side, I think they would still be equaling their lap times, the lap times of the guys behind. So yeah,
Yep,
maybe it
I
was a
mean,
bit too
yeah,
passive on his part.
yep, pretty much. Uh, okay, S- these two guys are still at it. There's a constant 3 tenths gap between them, and yeah, no moves being made. So Amit still mounting the pressure on Davlish from behind with no mistakes from Davlish. So yeah, he keeps P1 for now.
Well, the practice sessions looked very promising, because he was Amit was two and a half tenths ahead of Davlish, but yeah, the race
Yeah,
has proven otherwise.
maybe the sandbags are off.
Yep, maybe it was Davlish playing the mind games this time.
Yep, giving him the hope over there, but now crushing all the hopes in race one and race two. He's still leading, so they've pulled away 12 seconds already from the guys behind.
12 seconds in how many laps is that?
In 12 seconds in 12
Uh,
minutes.
I'd say about
That's around
8 laps.
6 or 7 laps.
Okay, six. Okay. Because a minute and 40 seconds per lap would be I guess, yeah, seven laps. So yeah, 8 seconds in 7 laps is, yeah. I think these guys could have done better.
Yeah, we're expecting a lot from these guys. But yeah, we want to see that overtake on the Avlish happen this at least for once this season. But the way he's driving, the way he's not making any mistakes, I think it is very, very tough.
Yeah, I mean uh, he is a Logitech G Pro champion or something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that competition's name. So yeah, it is one of the more competitive uh, competitions in I mean ACC leagues in as far as I know. And yeah, Davlish managed to win that as well. Uh, my facts might be a little bit wrong here. Maybe I can do a fact check a little later. Maybe Davlish can clarify it during the podium interviews. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, so yeah, he is champion in that series. In that series, a multiple champion in IRC as well. So yeah, he is not going to go down without a fight. If he does go down, that is.
Yeah, tells us a lot about his driving standards, the pace that he has. It's. I mean, quite a few. I mean, not a few. Not a lot of drivers can match it.
Yep. In the meantime, we saw Iceman and a flying chapati going side by side briefly, but yeah, I think he just lifted off to not to avoid any sort of collisions. Uh, but yeah, he won't be letting him off that easy. Maybe an attempt or two coming up in the next one or two corners as uh, I am not sure how Iceman doesn't have any drive-throughs now because he's though he I mean he had a 30-second penalty last race, but yeah, even in this race he's already made so many mistakes as Flying Chapati makes a mistake now by going off track, so that's probably one or two strikes down on his uh, drive-through penalty.
Yeah, that that 30 seconds was because he didn't serve the drive-through. So yeah, he has had the drive-through in race one. Hopefully, yeah. Till now, we don't see any drivers with a drive-through in race two. So yeah, drivers would like to carry on to that, hold on to that no drive-through policy in this race.
Yeah, but I think it's coming pretty soon because yeah, almost every driver has had an excursion of the track. And even Myth had one in the beginning of the race. But yeah, I think with this with ACC, it's Aladdin almost outbreaking himself yet
Oh,
again and going to the back end. Supreek Bhai also almost follows suit, but yeah, luck was on their side and they didn't end up taking anybody else out. But yeah, coming back on that, um, with ACC, how many strikes is it before you get a drive through?
so you get three warnings, and the fourth warning is a drive-through.
Okay, so four strikes then.
Yeah, and sometimes you might get away without warnings because if you give away the time that you've gained by going off track, it doesn't register a warning. So that's one way you can avoid the drive-through.
Oh,
Ho, ho, ho.
yeah. Either well, anyway, more of that later. As Flying Chapati looks like he's got a decent bit of overspeed from that exit. As yeah, he is definitely getting very impatient, trying for. I mean, he's intimidating Iceman into making a mistake, but Iceman has yeah probably. I mean, if he's confident enough to run that stupid that idiotic livery, then yeah, I'm pretty sure he can. He's got enough confidence to fight him off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I smell this flying chapati is getting impatient because yeah, he knows he's a silver class driver and an AM class driver is defending against him, so he might want to just get past and make up many as many positions as he could in 12 minutes. So, yeah, he's just waiting behind, waiting for that opportunity to come.
Yep, as Iceman is taking way too many liberties with track limits. Even now, as you see, I think it was the second time in just this lap alone that he went off track. And yeah, Flying Chapati is getting extremely impatient and has made a very silly mistake. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually getting to his head now.
And in between this battle, Aladdin has made up a position on Fuzzy Dunlop behind, so he'll be wanting to get a part of this fight as well.
Yep, definitely now. Flying Chapati will. And there we go. That's our first drive through of the day. Taken by Star Max Lord. Don't worry, buddy. You'll have a few more drivers giving you company pretty much soon.
Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, Star Max Lord is about to lose a lot of positions.
Yep. Let's see. I think he's 9 seconds ahead of Iceman, and yeah, I think he will drop down to P 18.
18, 18 the
No, no,
9.
no, no, not 18. I think he dropped down to 19 itself because I think a drive through should be more than 30, 40 seconds long. And as far,
It will be close to 30, 40, yeah.
yeah, with I think Ocean is also just, I think, 31 seconds ahead. So, yeah, P 19 with it, if he takes it now.
Meanwhile, Aladdin trying to take different line over there, going for a switchback. Does he manage? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, there's no way. Yes, Supreme Kai trying to go for an audacious dive bomb, and he manages to make it stick. What a move of this race, at least. But yeah, he's managed to make it stick, unlike the driver behind him, Flying Chapati, who's also trying to capitalize on that excursion, that moment where simply Whitey Iceman went off as, oh no, he's pumped him off track. And yeah, that's uh,
Oh no.
Flying Chapati definitely would have liked that.
Oh
What
no,
is
Aladdin.
going
Oh
on?
my.
What is
No.
going on?
I think Aladdin was too desperate to make a move over there. Oh.
And the other drivers casually coast out
Ah.
ahead, and Iceman is,
Iceman getting hit over there
yep,
by a flying chapati because yeah, there's nothing he could have done over there. Aladdin took a very, very narrow line into that corner.
yeah. Well,
And that was a good fight going on over there. Shame that it got over like that.
yep, indeed. I mean, we all liked it. I liked it a lot when Iceman was still behind, in front of the whole pack, slowing them down, weaving left and right. But yeah, it was pure entertainment for us. But yeah,
Yeah.
good things never do last really long, do they?
Yep. They don't.
So far, yeah, I think yeah, the gaps between most of the drivers has settled down to more than a second. As we've got the second victim of the day, Supreme Leader Admiral Aladdin getting the second drive through of this race. Uh, yeah, soon more soon to follow. And yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
You were waiting for this moment. I know you were waiting for
Why would I?
it.
Why would I want anything bad to happen to simply Iceman?
Because you were predicting it. You were like, yeah, yeah, let's see. He should have had a drive through by now.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah,
Not that I wanted it to happen. It was going to happen anyway, right?
yeah. And oh,
Is he?
Oshan has retired over there, I think.
Yeah, he's had enough. Oshan has had enough. I think he's having a few ping issues. So
Yep.
yeah, nice.
Unfortunate for him over there, but let's see if these two drivers have a fight again.
Let's see if he actually manages to. Because oh, I couldn't get a look at his speed. I wanted to see how he serves his drive through because I think a few drivers have had. Yeah, his AJ Sam has made a
Oh,
mistake, and I saw another yellow flag from wait, what Turbo has a yellow dot against his position on the track, man. So I'm not sure what happened there, but he seemed to be quite comfortably going ahead. So I don't know what. Yeah, I really. And Purav Gowda now has RTG and he, oh damn, he's got a, he also, he got the third drive through of this race, or
Yeah,
was it
and
the
he's had
fourth?
enough.
Was it the fourth? Yeah, I'm yeah. So these drivers are getting so many of these drive-throughs at this point that I've lost track, to be honest.
Yep. And the drivers with the drive-throughs have had enough because is that AJ Sam in the pits
Yep,
again?
AJ Sam
Yeah, it
is in the pits.
is.
I think he's got damage. Hold on.
And Amit has a drive-through. I'm a myth has
No.
a drive-through.
AJ Sam's got damage. Amit has got drive. Amit has got a drive through. It's like this whole race has been, you know, the rug got pulled out of from under it, pulled out from under its feet. Everybody's
Yep.
getting drive throughs left and right. People are crashing and dying. One person literally just died and returned to the garage. So yeah, I mean, 24 minutes, 23 minutes, everything was going calm and serene, and now, man, oh my god. Yeah, but
I think yeah, I think they might have been drivers might have been frustrated because it's tough to overtake. Not a lot of positions have been changed over here except a few. So yeah, losing patience, getting the drive-throughs.
yeah, quite sad to see that because yeah, no, there's not much of a fight for P1 anymore unless yeah, Davlish gets a drive through, of course.
Hi,
Blink, blink.
that is tough actually. Take,
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
one can only wish for it, one can only hope, yeah, but uh, it's never going to come pan out because yeah, we know the quality of a driver that Davlish thing is, and yeah,
Yep.
it's too optimistic to expect of such a thing as Shawshank, the driver who had RTG'd and rage quit from the race, has now launched another racing game, and well, it's not exactly a racing game, but yeah,
Okay.
no. Okay, indeed. Yeah, I don't know why
Look
I
at
had
us
to say that.
discussing about
Yeah,
something else. Yes.
yeah, because because the race has gotten stale now after every driver had died, and yeah, we wanted the battles. I mean, yeah, the entertainment was there, but yeah, it was for the short term.
Yeah, that incident. That incident cleared out the only battle that we had.
Yep, that
Yeah.
is.
Now that the grid has settled out, I don't think we'll see any more position changes unless someone makes a mistake, of course.
So one thing I have to point out, Swagger Turbo is in P5 in the AM class. Don't mind that on the leaderboard over there because yeah, that was Oshan who's briefly had due to track the relative timetable time board over there. But Swagger Turbos, yeah, have to give him credit because he's put on an amazing performance despite his handicaps to actually be the only, actually no, not only one of the two AM class drivers, but still to put himself in P5, uh, it's an amazing feat by itself.
Yeah, he had a great start. He was fighting with SD for P3 over there at one point on on lap one, but
Oh no,
I have to go to him. He's avoided the drive-throughs. He's kept it clean. Yeah, totally deserves that P5 over there.
yep, totally, definitely deserves it. But yeah, SD, just as I had gone on board him, he made a mistake, and yeah, that cost him a little bit of time.
And Iceman has put a car in front of him. So
Oh yes, this is surely going to be interesting. Let me go on board to the OP camera angle. There we go. So
yep,
let's see if Iceman actually fights SD or not.
yep. Let's see how he lets SD by. I mean, SD clearly has the pace, so yeah, he will have to let SD by because of the blue flags.
Yeah, I mean,
But let's see how.
yep. Meanwhile, in the background, we just saw Myth taking his drive through. So That puts him a few seconds behind SD. So I think about 5 seconds, 6 seconds. But yeah, he's not got enough time as
Oh,
Iceman forgets to brake and completely goes off track. So maybe he might give some competition to Myth. Maybe because yeah, not too far ahead, not too far behind him.
yeah, but we only got 2 minutes 20 seconds. So if by then Myth catches up to SD, we might have a decent fight over there.
Now the fight that's going on over here is a fight between two Mercedes and another battle up ahead. Deepakraj going for trying for a move down the inside of Tegas One, but yep, once again a little too optimistic, but compromising his line, trying to look down the inside. Yeah, I think he just Deepak has to keep his composure and wait for a solid opportunity. Try to force takes one into a mistake and to have any chance at overtaking him.
Yeah, he's got 1 minute 30 seconds to do that. So
1 minute
let's
30
see if he makes
seconds, 2 laps actually.
2 laps.
As
Yeah.
Supreme Kai, the next victim to get a drive through. So that's the sixth drive through of the day, or seventh. Yeah, I'm losing count. I'm just
Of
losing
the
count.
second race or
Yeah,
oh,
of the second race. Sorry, my bad.
second race. Yeah.
Yep. So he was up in P11, an AM class podium that too, and now he's just thrown it to the wind. It's quite sad for him.
Yep. He will be losing a lot of positions. So let's see. Oh, did Amit catch up? No, I think
Yeah,
he has caught up to Iceman over there.
yeah, Amit has overtaken Iceman, I think, hopefully without any hitches.
Yep. So he'll be if if he manages to catch up to SD, it'll be an interesting finish over there.
Yeah, but he's got to make up 2.5 seconds, and how much time is that? I think it should be. Let me go on board the leash. It's pretty much similar to how it was in the last race. 10 seconds before he rounds off the final corner. Maybe if he
Yep.
slows down a little bit, we might have one more lap. But yeah, I think yeah, just with just 3 seconds to go, he crosses the line, and yeah, he got another lap of racing left, which means SD has to hold him off for I think
Now the
two.
gap is still 2.7.
Yeah,
So
yeah, a lap left. Oh yeah, just above a lap. So yeah, I think yeah, he's got it in the bag, this P3, no doubt. But
yep.
yeah, but then again, it's Myth who's behind him, so we can never count him out. The man from
Yep.
the Naren Karthikeyan Racing School. Uh, I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but yeah, he is a man of incredible talent. So we can always count on him to pull out a miracle from his pocket.
Yep. We can, and the gap has reduced actually by
Half a
six
second.
tenths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half second, a span of two corners. So yeah, anything is still possible. Maybe we are hoping for a little too much. It's now down to 1.8 seconds from how it was, from 2.76 seconds from the start of the lap down to 1.6, 1.5. Maybe it's just the corner delta. Yeah, that was just the, and yeah, it's still down to 1.5 though. So
Still there. It's still there.
he's made up a second in less than a sector. Oh, my bad, 2 sectors. So, yep, we've still got maybe something can be made up, made out of this, but more
6
on that later.
corners
As
remaining.
Davlish has crossed the line to finish P1 and finishes his race off in style.
Yep.
Back to SD and Myth. The gap is still the same, 1.3 seconds,
Okay,
1.4.
no, SD has it. SD has got it.
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah.
Just one corner remaining. Yeah, the P3 is in the back for SD. Over there.
Oh, but yeah, if I were in SD's place, I would have been sweating right now because Damn, that was some mighty pace that he had. As AJ Sam is the last driver, hopefully, to get a drive through today. And anyway,
Yeah, he'll get a plus 30 seconds after the race.
yeah, hopefully, once again, the last driver to get a drive through, as the drivers are finishing, are crossing the finish line, and Sidako here crosses P8. Oh, the
Oh, the gap is still the same.
0.6 seconds. So yeah, it's been the same since the start of the race actually.
Yeah, it's been zero 0.6 since the beginning. So yeah,
Fluctu-
quite similar pace over there.
Fluctuating between us 1.5 seconds to half a second, but yeah, I don't think Madhav Shalalurk. Uh, I felt that he wasn't could have been a little more aggressive, but I think that's the end of the race because we just got Oshan left. Uh,
He's in the pits. He has retired already.
Yeah, he's supposed to have retired, but yeah, there's no checkered flag against his name. So yeah, but anyway, that's the end of the race.
Yep.
Uh, and yeah, oh damn, we don't have the whole
Davlish
leaderboard
wins
anymore.
it again.
Anyway, yeah,
Oh,
Davlish.
yeah, people have left, right?
People have left, but still, I don't think it was supposed to be like that. The final leaderboard with all the drivers, starting drivers, shows up fully. But anyway, I think I remember the finishing order. Of course, Davlish takes P1, FIFA Gunner takes P2, SG takes P3, Myth takes P4, Swagger takes P5, P4 now because Myth has left the race. Tegus1 takes P6. So yeah, we've got our respective class winners, and yeah, I don't remember. I don't know if I don't know if the rest of the order is accurate, but yeah, we'll just move on to the podium interviews from here.
Yep, we should.
So yeah, we've got our podium finishers here with us today. So maybe we can start off with the overall winner and the winner of the pro class, Davlish Singh. So congratulations to you on the win yet again. But it was definitely different this time because you actually had a race for the first time in such a long time in the ACC league itself. So yeah, just talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun after I don't know how much days it has been since any other pro driver has been close to me. Yeah, so managed to put it on pole somehow. I didn't given a lot of practice. I didn't know that Amit was going to race, but yeah, race was good. He was within half a second the entire time. He was putting a lot of pressure on me. Yeah, I think he tried a bit too hard in the second race and got a DT.
Yeah, a bit too hard because even in the race start itself, he went for a very opportunistic. Well, I wouldn't say dive bomb, but yeah, I think he went for an opportunistic move into turn one, but ended up outbraking himself.
Yeah, I think he didn't have much of a choice because my car was stronger on the straights and he was much quicker on the tight turns. Uh, he wouldn't have been able to overtake me on the straight, so that's why I think he just went for it on turn one.
Yep, almost side by side there. We thought somebody was going to actually overtake you for the first time ever in this season or the last two seasons, but But either way, we were quite happy that you actually had decent a race for a change. But either way, congratulations on that mega drive, Davlish. You kept it clean and kept yourself calm under pressure.
Yeah, thank you.
Moving on to our P2 finisher, FIFA Canuck. So you and SD had formed a pack amongst each pack between the both of you for both the races actually, and for the most part of the first race, you I think were struggling behind SD. So yeah, just describe that situation with us.
Yeah, I think this is the difference between the cars. I think the main point, the Audi is too fast on the straight. So for me, it was all in the mid corner. I had to force him a mistake or force him to go wide in the middle of the corner. So I was trying that for the entire race, and then finally he made an error, and I got through.
Yep, indeed. But yeah, it was. I think you also have made a fair share of mistakes. I remember seeing one or two that I caught on camera. But either way, it was an amazing drive from you to capitalize on the returning SD's mistakes as well. So congratulations on that overall
Thank you.
P2 finish. Moving on to SD, man of the day, or am I overstating
thank
it? I
you.
don't know. My man of the day, at least, come back to league racing, be it F1 or ACC after such a long time, and you managed to put it in P3, and you're actually, yeah, like I had said to FIFA Kanak earlier, you were, putting on a decent fight with FIFA Kanak until you made that mistake, which cost you that position. So, yeah, talks through your race as well.
Yeah, first of all, I'm really happy with the pace. I'm not sure with where it came from, to be honest, because with the amount of half an hour of practice and new brake pedal to get used to, and first of all, using a rake for the first time in a league race, I was not sure where the pace came from, but I'm really happy to at least keep it clean and not cause any major collisions. Yeah, race one was really well. I was able to defend my position every single time FIFA Connect either planned to set up a move or actually went for it. Barring one place where I think the lack of experience on the load cell pedal caught me, and finally I just made a mistake and he got through. Second race, I was fortunate enough to get by him after turn one because I think he got caught out by the drivers fighting ahead, or maybe he got a tap from behind. Either way, it was really close. I could have maybe got a myth, but I think there was a bit of he just ran me off road, but because he was also going too wide, so it's not his fault. But it was all good. Mainly, yeah, the second race, to be honest, FIFA Connect sent a really good move around the outside, which I think it's one for the replays, one for the moves of the season, I would say. So really happy with the pace, although not happy with the consistency, which I'm known for. Unfortunately, that was not the thing that was the major part of my racing, but I'm really happy, and hopefully I can join for the finale as well.
Yep, certainly hope that we also hope that you can join us for the finale. It has been an outstanding season so far, and we'd love to have you also there. But for now, congratulations on your P3 as well. Yeah, but that reminds me, by the end, the final lap of the race, the last two laps actually, when once Smith was done with his drive through, the gap was 2.6 seconds, and within a sector he managed to narrow down, I think, by 7 tenths. So were you actually getting a little tense that he might catch up to you?
So yeah, I knew going into like I had experience of two races being like done with him. So when he was just around a second, 1.1 seconds quicker per lap. Although my tires were not at the right moment at the right place, because I think I have flat spotted or grained them very severely. Um, what I did was just close the overall or the interval screen or MFT on the left and just try to put my head down and just do a clean lap, which I was able to do. I was actually quicker than FIFA Connect on the last two laps. So yeah, I think at the end it all played well. I think one more lap Myth would have gotten me.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you should go back and take a look at the stream, because yeah, he had caught up by almost 1.5 seconds in that final lap. So Maybe I think the lap car of Iceman, played a major part in that, in slowing down, costing a little bit of time to both you uh, as well as Myth. But either way, you managed to keep your head down. So, and that's the best part. So congratulations on your P3 on your comeback
Thank
race.
you.
Moving on to our AM class winner, because our silver class winner is unable to join us for the podium interviews. Swagger Turbo, what a brilliant drive, man! A P5 on a pad. How do you even do that?
Well, honestly, I don't even know. My hands are paining a lot. It's literally crammed up twice mid race as well. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy with today's performance.
Well, and not just that, you were actually putting a fight with Tegis one, who is one of the OGs of ACC, also making a comeback. One of the four drivers making a comeback in today's race, and he is regarded as one of the fastest drivers in this game. Almost rivaling Davlish if given the practice, if given practice. And yeah, you were going toe to toe with him today. So yeah, that was talk us through that as well. Your fight with him, your battle with him.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I actually didn't know about that. But yeah, it's an honor because in the first race I was right behind him and I was just copying his lines, trying to get used to the track even more. I knew that, in rain, a lot of people might, just have issues with track limits because Misano is, notoriously bad for track limits. It's really easy to just go off track. So I was running a bit low on traction control so that I can just send the car into, corners, basically drift in a way. And yeah, I was just following Tegas one for the first race, which actually helped me with a few lines. But then I was on three track limits by, I would say, last
Oh,
4 minutes or something. So I just took it a bit. I just took it a little slow. And yeah, overall, like the first race went well. Second race, I actually had a very decent start, and I outbreak myself going into I think third corner. And yeah, it's like after that, I was just like, okay, you know what? Let's take this easy. Just try and finish wherever we started at least. But then I saw Tig making a mistake, just overtook him, and then yeah, it's like just try to keep the pace consistent. Didn't really get any warnings in second race, so yeah, pretty happy with that, and happy that my arm is not dead now.
yes, indeed. I mean, being a controller driver on F1, I know how hard it is to be maintain that level of precision on ACC.
Hmm.
And yeah, your fingers, yes, your thumbs really do tire out and cramp up. By the time you do 2-3 laps, at least by the time I did 2-3 laps, I was done. But for you
Yeah.
to do an entire season and to be leading the AM Class Championship on your debut season, it is an amazing feat. So, congratulations on finishing in the top five in the lead in the AM Class. And I think as if you're almost just you've already taken one foot towards the AM Class Championship as well. After this race, I think your lead will be extended to Supreme Kai in P2. I think it's should be above 50 points now.
Well, at least one of the seasons going well, so yeah, pretty happy with that. And I mean, if Kalami, the last race also would have been wets, it would have been fun because I actually like driving in the wets. ACC feels very nice in the wets, but yeah, it's going to be dry. Going to be hard to try and get this kind of pace in a dry session because yeah, these guys are just way too quick. So yeah, to try and match them is going to be hard, but yeah, going to be fun at the same time.
Well, for the next race, you just have to make sure you finish ahead of everybody else in AM Class and you're sorted. But for now, congratulations on your AM Class win and the top 5 finish.
Thank you.
Well, that is a wrap for today's race. And Mamu, penalty festival. It's one of the one of the descriptions that I would give to today's race. And yeah, what do you think about what you saw today?
Yeah, as I mentioned before the race, this track is this track is known for the track limits, and yeah, we saw a live example of it because 7 of the drivers got a drive through in the second race, and I think at least 4 or 5 in the first race as well. So yeah,
Into the double
props to
digits.
everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Even
So props to everyone who kept it on track. Yeah, gaining all the positions, getting all the points out of the race. So
yeah,
yeah, it was. Yeah, the second race, we had an interesting battle at the back, and that didn't end well. But yeah, an entertaining race today. So
yep,
congrats to everyone on that.
yep, entertaining indeed, and it was a fun race to watch. But the league itself is not over. The championship for the overall the pro class might be over the silver, but the silver and the am class championships are still yet to be decided, and it will be in the final round of ACC's of season 7 of our ACC league in Kailami, one of the more fan favorite circuits in the calendar. So make sure to stay tuned in for that. Next week we will be live in on YouTube at the same time. Uh, well, not the same time.
And
Maybe
then,
as
so, sorry to interrupt you, but let me tell the audience that Calamy will be a double point race. So
Oh yes, of course, that also. So yeah, if that is the case, then yeah, maybe the pro class championship has been decided because we know it's Davlish. But yeah, the silver and the am class championships are will definitely you know be it's still there. The fight is still on for it. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned in for that, and make sure to join us for the action as well. Our socials are in the description below for Discord, Insta, and what else are we on? Twitter, are we? I don't know. I think we are.
yes, we
Yeah,
are.
make sure to join us in our socials to keep track of our updates, and yep. For now, this is the end of this stream. Uh, the
Misano.
Misano round. Yeah, Misano round, and it is very late in the night. We are getting sleepy, so apologies for my screw ups. But for now, this is me, Sir SSD Assassin, and for my co-commentator, Mamuk Admi, signing off and wishing you all a good night.
Bye bye.
I know.